It was more notoriety than they've ever gotten because it was the band, as far as Chicanos in East L.A., they were the band that you had to go and listen to and dance to. It was a distinctive sound, and it was unlike other bands. There were other bands. There was Joe May, there was Oscar Saldana, there was Sal Chico. But the Armentas had this sound that was just made you feel like you wanted to dance.
I'm very proud that we were a part of introducing R&B to East L.A. The vision of the band was to play music that was appropriate for the time. When they started, they used to play just like a lot of boleros, Spanish stuff, corridos, and then as they grew, as the time went by, they started playing bebop and stuff like that, you know. And then Johnny Otis used to play rock. We started playing rock and roll. Then the Beatles came. Then we started playing those kind of songs, and that's what they loved about our band.
Yeah, the Armenta Brothers were pioneers. They were doing it at a time where there weren't a lot of Chicano groups in East L.A., Boyle Heights. And so they picked up on rock and roll and rhythm and blues very early. The city was very much in flux in the 1950s. And rock and roll and rhythm and blues kind of captured that, but it was also a source of unity. And so the Armenta Brothers came up in that environment.
East L.A. sound was just rock and roll, rhythm and blues, fast tunes, you know, where people could dance to.
To me, it's, like I said, a combination of all of the music that we all, well, our parents, grandparents, and us that we grew up with. So it's a mixture of, you know, like soul, rhythm and blues, jazz, mariachi, rancheras, boleros, you know, and I feel like that's what I hear, like I said, in the Sinceres, the Midnighters. It's kind of that melting pot.
In the 1950s, it was very saxophone based, and it was very much influenced by rhythm and blues. And some of the melodies, some of the horn lines and things like that. But it started out as an attempt, in a successful attempt, even though it came out differently, to capture the prevailing sound primarily with black artists.
Well, a concert or a band or a dance, it was always crowded. It was full of people who loved to dance, and we were like the tail end of the swing era of the 40s, and it was a jovial place, and it was an incredible atmosphere to grow up in.
We used to have the Friday night dances there, and oh my God, we were up on the stage, and all the people were down on the floor, and they'd be looking at you. You know, all your friends looking at you, or the girls looking at you. It was so much pride and so much fun.
So for the Armenta Brothers, back in that period, certainly they were the, you know, some of the originals who were showing the rest of the community that this can be done. And when you go out and hear them on a weekend, there was a sense of local pride.
My brothers didn't want to go out on the road because they had families. And they knew what it was to be on the road playing music, and they weren't going to make as much money doing that as they were keeping their jobs. And we had great times just staying here. We didn't have to go out any place because all our friends, all my brother's school friends that were his age, all my friends at my age, were always there, always following the Armenta Brothers.
LA had a sound, San Francisco had a sound, and East LA had a sound. And the Armenta Brothers started that, and it continues to this day. You know, somebody had to break through. And I think at the time with the Armenta Brothers, it was all very natural. They heard the music and they wanted to play it. And that's what happens. You know, and the fact that they were Mexican Americans and wanted to play it was kind of irrelevant. They wanted to play it.
I think that sound, especially around here, has been popular since its, you know, existence, you know. That's probably not going to go away.
I feel sad. It was just another era where people danced together, you know, and you had to have a partner, and it's just an amazing an amazing experience growing up in East L.A. and in Boyle Heights.
Well, like I say, I would like it to be a legacy to say that be proud that you played the music that people wanted to hear, not that you wanted to play, and that you got the enjoyment of seeing people come to your dances, enjoy your music.